Oh hey, welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. You can just call me Stent. As you can probably tell by the playtime and the monies, I may have done a little bit of grinding compared to last time, as it clearly shows by the now visible health and MP bars. You may be wondering though what we're doing back in Hollow Bastion, and the new duds that Donald and Goofy apparently have. I'll get into those a little bit later, but the reason we're here is because I forgot to speak to Belle right here. This is for you. Use it to face the darkness like the Beast has. Mr. Beast. Obtained the Divine Rose. This is another key. Yeah, I'll get into this a little bit later, but Divine Rose, capable of dealing a string of critical blows, has a strength of 13, and no real minuses on MP, which it's kind of weird that you get this basically at the same time you get Oblivion. Which the only thing that Oblivion has over this is the fact that it has longer reach, but aside from that, especially with certain skills you get later on, honestly there's no real reason, even if you're just going for a full strength pull, to use Oblivion, unfortunately, which is a shame because it's a really cool design. But we're going to be sticking with Lady Luck. Gonna hit him with the thorny end. Yeah, you'd think, but for now I'm just going to stick with Lady Luck and my absurdly long MP bar. First things first, though. Gonna go all the way back, and we're gonna try our best to do the remaining bits of the Hercules Cup first, because there's some goodies there that I'm going to want. If you're wondering how exactly I got all this MP and levels, we're on level 63 now, is that I spent the past week grinding up to basically fill out all of the requirements for the Moogle synthesis, so I got all the items, which I may have gone out of my way to get myself free cosmic arts for Sora. These, as you can probably tell, raise your health, max MP and max AP. MP by 2, HP by 9, AP by 2. This, or arguably the Atlas Armlet, are the two accessories that give you the most MP, so I just loaded Sora up with just maximum possible MP, which, along with trying to grind for every single other item in the game, may have meant that I may have gone a little bit strong compared to last part, so hopefully the Hercules Cup will be not much of an issue. We'll get that out of the way first, then we'll do the Hades Cup, which is bound to be the, we're not gonna get into that right now. There's a very good reason for that, but yeah, we'll just go with Sora. I'm hoping that not being prepared with items is not gonna bite me on the bum. First, we'll just see what... we'll just gauge our power with these guys. Okay, they're still fairly bulky, despite everything I've been throwing at them. I wouldn't have expected the goggles to have this sort of arts, this sort of color scheme, compared to how they look in Halloween Town, where it's just the most muted colors imaginable. Also, getting leveled up means we got a couple more abilities, the most notable ones being Counter-Attack and Combo Master. Combo Master being probably the best one, as it basically means even if you whiff on one of your attacks, you don't necessarily stop your combo. It's like right there. I completely whiffed on him, but I still let out my combo, which, considering Ripple Drive has a pretty big damage radius to it, means I get to throw out a lot more of them than I would normally. Meaning Cloud probably isn't going to know what hit him when I get to him. Just you wait and see. It also means that, oh yeah, I forgot to remove stop. I'll probably have to do that for the rest of this part, because As long as we're not going to be going after any optional fights, which I plan to do next part, we're probably not going to need stop. In fact, it would probably be more advantageous to put thunder or something. Maybe even gravity. Gravity would be fun. As I recently found out that apparently the black fungus, the mushrooms that try to kill you with poison gas and turn to steel, which means you have to wait constantly for them to turn back so you can kill them. Apparently weak to gravity, as I found out after all this time. May have just been a fluke, but it'll be interesting to try out later on. Look at that. Yeah. Nice little thing. Ripple drives damage scales to your MP, so it's, KH2 being the shaker must have felt like such a leap. Yeah, pretty much. Matt Truffle. I've encountered these guys a couple of times, most notably in Monstro and on the deck of the pirate ship. Basically, you get more tech points if you manage to keep them in the air, but I've never actually managed to do so. I think it's completely optional, but it'd be nice to actually figure out how to do it at some point. We fight! Come on, Cloud, we fight like men! Oh yeah, because of counterattack, I can basically just go through his guard now. And I have my own Sonic Blade now. You know what? Have one of... Oh no. Stent tried to pull off a well-timed Ars Arcanum challenge. Impossible rating. There we go. That felt good. And guys that think they're other men. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think, actually, but ours is probably the closest we have in this game to an Omni-Slash. As far as I'm aware, it's probably your highest damage outputting move in the whole game. Maybe I'll have to experiment more with Ragnarok as we go on, because I feel with my magic, it may have some, it may have a little, maybe in with a bit of a shout. Yeah, I think for the rest of this part, we could probably just dust off the whole rest of the Hercules Cup challenges fairly easily. What's also nice is that Aroga can also reflect certain attacks, most notably the charge from the Pot Scorpions from an earlier part. You can basically just nullify their entire offensive capabilities just by casting Aroga. I mean, aside from, I guess, technically they're poison, but that's kind of a non-issue, meaning they're fairly easy to grind, which is how I managed to get, so many Mithril Stones in order to get the Cosmic Arts. Anyways, hello Hercules.
Hey, give up yet?
Oh, this feels so much better now. Actually having a gap closer is amazing.
Hey, give up yet?
No, just keep flexing, Herc. Being the envy of all men. Oh no. Oh yeah, actually, I forgot I had a Mega Elixir in my inventory. I think that was mostly just for grinding the Grand Ghosts, which are the special Heartless that you can find in Monstro, where you fight Parasite Cage for the second time. They have that funny quirk that undead usually have in Final Fantasy, where they can only be damaged with healing. As such, you can basically one-hit kill them with a Mega Elixir, like how you can defeat that one boss in FF7 with an X potion. It'd be nice if I could actually land a hit on you, Hercules, as opposed to you spinning constantly. Actually, can I... Nope, too late for that. It would have been amazing though if I could just keep up that combo constantly.
Give up yet?
Nope. Stop moving, Herkin. Oh, you can use sliding dash. That's good to know. That's it. Just stay in the corner.
Try this on for size.
Oh no. Yeah, let me just burn one of these real quick. It's fine, it's fine. Bonk. Oh yeah!
Nothing to it.
And for that, we get a critical plus. Pretty nice if you have the AP to spare. Now we won't start over, but we're gonna go for the time trial because there is definitely something I'm gonna want from that. Also, yeah. Also got a Berserk. Main thing being combo master, deliver combo attacks even if attacks do not land, counter attacks, strike back after parrying an enemy blow. Certain Keyblades have different values in which they can parry stuff, whereas the Olympus Keyblade, for example, can parry a lot of things. So it's quite a good Keyblade to pair up with counter attack. Encounter Plus is an ability you get after crafting 15 items with the Moogles. Basically makes it so that enemies appear every one screen instead of two. Though from my experience, I think it also messes with encountering special Heartless and Mushrooms. Maybe just be a placebo thing just for my bad luck getting certain Heartless to spawn in, but that may be just something to keep in mind. It also means I got all the stuff I needed from the mushrooms. So we got every single one of the arts. So I may as well just dust these off real quickly. Fire, Thunder, and Blizzard arts you all get from any particular mushroom in any particular world. You basically just have to, as well as the rest of the arts, just hit them with the same spell 3 in a row during their whole charade bits. Cure arts you can get from the campsite at Deep Jungle when the mushrooms are lying prone. The gravity arts you can get in the treasure room in Agrabah where the mushrooms are floating. The stop arts you can find sometimes, occasionally, in the sunken ship in Atlantica where you find the Crystal Trident, and they're just frozen in place. And Arrow, as we saw a lot of at Halloween Town, they're in the graveyard just spinning constantly. We'll get into what these do a little bit later on, but for now, I'm gonna load up on items. That's a fair few ethers I got there. Let's load up. I don't think I'm gonna be needing Mega Elixirs for most of this. In fact, considering how rare these are, I'm pretty certain that, for most of these fights here on out, we're probably better off with Elixirs. Probably just take them into the final battle and just burn them all. Given how many I have. Okay, let's save up. He also moved around the save files and just to being quirky. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to go into that. Hercules Cup, set time limit. I forgot to set Donald up for maximum attack, but I think we should be fine. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of play, and I forgot to set my spells again. Let me just back out real quick and do that, so we don't have to do this twice. Gonna go for... You know what, let's put on Thunder for now. Donald, obviously gonna set him for maximum attack. Goofy, I think, can stay the same. Because I know Donald, and his MP isn't all that shabby either, so... he should be able to just wipe a whole bunch of waves of Heartless without much issue. Let's try this again, Penfold. Yeah, look at that. 3 seconds and one bit of MP. Already off to a good start. I bet I think most of these we can just erase with thunder.
Thunder.
Look at that. Oh, one survived. Just dazed and confused, doesn't know what planet he's on. I'm thinking when we do the Hercules Cup, though, I'm going to switch up the music, because for the most part it is just this one track over and over again. Which, I mean, even Pokemon Colosseum switched up the music for when you did Mount Battle in those 100-strong fights in a row. I mean, granted XD didn't do that either, but that's more an XD problem. You get to see Sora redoing all of Cloud and Squall's victory animations over and over. I think we're going to do just fine for the time trials. Look, we're already up to Cloud. Yeah, just get out of here, you. Now comes the hard parts. Let's see how fast we can burn down Cloud. Da-da-da. No mercy, only ours. And of course, we have Goofy on MP detail. Wow, look at that. He didn't even get a chance to do Omni Slash that time. Yeah! Good job, Squirtle! So yeah, as you can probably see, ours is probably one of the best skills in the game. Just for just how... the sheer amount of damage you can put off with it. I can't believe it, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII is dead. I'm sure he'll be back later. He's just sitting in the River of Mako again, trying to remember who he is. We don't actually get any of Cloud's story in Kingdom Hearts at all. He's just here. He just sort of... there's not even a wink or a nod to the camera about any of his story. He's just here. I guess just looking to face his inner demons or something. It's not exactly clear. Cheers, Goofy. And look at that, we're already up to Hercules. With a minute and 40 to spare, do I have the time? Da-da-da. I don't know, his health bar is pretty big. Ow. No point wasting time. Kinda want to focus here a little bit. You made me break the thing.
Hey, give up yet?
No, I don't, Samwise. Now hurry up, I only got a minute to defeat you. You make me burn for all my ethers.
This should help.
30 seconds. There we go. Our spam saves the day.
Power the Keyblade.
And that's the one ability I wanted to get. In my opinion, it's worse in KH2 where they gave him something that's completely nonsensical. Yeah. Let's have a look at what the new fancy ability we got. We probably can't equip it yet, but Gravity Break. Has a 30% chance, same as Stun Impact, of unleashing a gravity-based finishing combo that deals damage equal to a percentage of target's health. I'm... Oh, I have a tech boost on. I could probably get rid of that, actually. No, I'm throwing that on, I guess, because there is a particular fight that I feel that would be quite useful on. Probably won't be for a bit, though. Time to take out the rest of my ethers. And we'll try our luck at the Hades Cup. Some ways this is the voice of Hercules. At least I remember in some way, shape, or form that Hercules is voiced by Sean Astin. Maybe I'm just remembering that wrong. But anyways. Gonna go sound, volume up, BGM, all the way down. You can barely hear it. I can barely hear it, so that means I can put on my own stuff. Just so we have a little bit of variety with this upcoming Hades Cup, so, oh yeah. I know the rules. Let's go Hades Cup. You wanna be a hero, Mr. Frodo? Yep, starting up at the very bottom of the pile. And already it's looking quite foreboding. Oh. This is the most basic, basic enemy wave we've encountered so far. From my experience, this is mostly just a run-through of all the different enemies you've gone up to this point in, I suppose, relative order? Permeated by the occasional boss fight at the Temp Seeds. For some reason I thought this was like 100 rounds as opposed to just 50. I reckon we should be just fine breezing through most of these. Oh yeah, of course we got the dreaded hammer legs. We also have to deal with red armor here, who is legally distinct from guard armor. In that he's red. You know, it's like the Hasbro treatment. Just recolor a different, already existing Heartless. Reminds me of the stupid mission in Crisis Core. Gotta be looking forward to that if I ever play Crisis Core. I pressed the wrong button, thank you, Donald. I'll throw 200 Shinra dudes you in the tourney. Ah, okay. Maybe this is where they got the inspiration for that. Oh, we're already up to our first boss. Yeah, I'm just gonna immediately burn through one ether. Because I have a feeling I know who's gonna come up next. Oh, finally. Finally I get to take you on one-on-one or 1-3-1. 3-on-1. This is for stealing my materia back in Wutai. Finally I get to exact my revenge on you properly. Oh, I'm coming and getting it, alright. You can't escape! I said you can't escape! Get over here, you. Yeah, getting a lot of, gravity die procs. Gravity break, I mean. It's fine, though. The Great Ninja Yuffie. Yeah, that level 4 death makes it a very... Oh. Right, level 4 death. Yeah, I could see the issue here. I feel it's sort of similar to this, where you just blitz through a lot of the, a lot of the rounds of Heartless with just little effort at all. Oh. Wait, they did it! Oh yeah, we also got a new shield for the Goofy, I forgot. Ah yes, the most... I saw this on the playlist and was thinking, nah, this song will never crop up. It's too unfitting for all this carnage we're wreaking on these Heartless, but I guess considering we're just burning through them like it's nothing, I suppose it's fairly apt. As I kind of feel this is, for me, the sort of definitive Kingdom Hearts experience, where you got all your abilities and you're just carving your way through Heartless like a chainsaw to a turkey. I think we've reached our first boss, technically. Oh, it's Behemoth. I think technically with the Flames this is an Arch-Behemoth, which I think also has its same color scheme from the base game. Don't quote me on that. Yes, let's get him, Goofy! Yeah, I also went out of my way to give Goofy a fair bit of MP boosting items as well, just so he can basically pump out as many MP gifts as possible and increase everybody else's uptime. No reason not to reject your ether factory. I also noticed that, or at least heard, that Donald really likes spamming gravity on the Behemoths here. Which, considering how slow it is, I don't think it's exactly the best thing to actually use on the Behemoths. Ragnarok might be. Then again, I think after everything we've been through, this might be one of the few places you can actually fight a Behemoth. Honestly, I wouldn't say it's the most interesting fight in the whole game. You just basically do this, just run up on its back and just wail away at it. Yeah, from what I recall, most of these early cup fights aren't exactly the most riveting. Thinking maybe packing a Mega Elixir might have actually been handy. Shadow of the Colossus he charred out. How am I doing? What's up? Well, I'm feeling a lot less tired than I was yesterday. Actually got some decent sleep and spent most of the day just helping to move furniture about, which also meant learning as to how the heating in the house works and repressurizing all the radiators, so that was fairly fun. Could have sworn I may have accidentally ruined the fancy new paint job we got for the living room, which would have sucked. Kingdom Hearts is killing large creatures before it was cool. Oh yeah, for beating Behemoth, we get Blizzaga. I don't think we'll actually get to see much of that throughout the playthrough, but it's nice to see it nonetheless. You know what? There's a whole bunch of red Nocturnes here, let's do it. Oh, Donald beat me to it.
Oh yeah.
For GameCube, not to worry, we will actually get some GameCube gameplay next week when I do Sonic Battle. It's kind of ironic. I've spent this whole time with this whole GameCube shirt on. When do you get Quagga? Quagga, unfortunately, isn't in Kingdom Hearts 1. There is technically something similar in Chain of Memories where you get access to Quake. Unfortunately, it's just Quake, though. I think it's a special move you get with combining card with Simba, I believe. Also, look at how fast you burn through guard armor. You used to give me so much trouble at the start of this whole adventure, and now look at you. Meaning the shirt, yeah. Don't worry, I'll be sure to make good on it, in the future. I do definitely want to stream more GameCube games. Alright. Yep, I wasn't wrong. Gravity just completely mincemeats the black fungus. I always used to hate fighting those guys as a kid. And now, I figured out accidentally a fun way of just completely banishing them. Alright, this is a little bit more on brand. Just murdering people to death ruins. Shadow, you gotta eliminate the black aliens. Oh yeah, and we have finally got access to Stealth Sneak, which I suppose is kind of funny considering that's also jungle themed. Get over here, you. I'll swing at the air some more. It's gonna be like playing FF14 when you're fighting giant bosses. I know I'm technically hitting you, even though it's not really registering and you're like half a mile away. Never played Shadow the Hedgehog? Oh, I'm probably gonna have to play that again once I get some new stuff for my GameCube. As is one of those levels you can only access one way, similar to Central City, where you have to soak up all the bombs. In this one, you're just going through a jungle, just blasting black arms. Dang it. Soak. That is what you do, you soak up bombs. I kind of wonder if there's some Final Fantasy references actually in the names of some of these waves. If there is, they're probably lost on me. Yeah, I'll just ether up while you're wasting time. I think at this point, my least favorite Heartless to go up against are still the Wizards. Used to be Black Fungus, now it's these guys, just teleporting all over the place. Just gaining invincibility for no reason whenever they use their thunder spells. Flying up out of your reach. Get down here. Thank you.
Nothing to it.
Oh boy, it's Mad Space. All the more fitting. Oh yeah, and we also get to fight Angel Stars as well. Also a little bit annoying because as far as I'm aware, they're basically immune to magic. I guess gravity is a surefire way of getting them humbled. Can't do much when you can't even fly. You know what, I'm gonna throw one of these on. I meant to throw one of those to Goofy, but never mind. Just means he gets a bit more firepower. Oh, I think we're coming up to another boss. Oh boy, it's just Cerberus. Spawning uncomfortably close. Unfortunately, I can't do summons on him, but I can basically bypass his whole Dark Pulse mechanic. I just gotta be wary of those fireballs. I reckon you could probably make mincemeat out of this one with Ragnarok as well. I think I'll probably have to try it when I do the Sora Alone challenge, if we have time. I think once we're done with this, there's one fight I want to do, and then... Actually, do I want to do that fight first, or do I want to get, There is one thing that I definitely want to get at some point. Just wondering whether or not I want to get it now, directly after this, this fight, or a little bit later. Also, who's to say you don't have much aerial movement in KH1? Cheers, Goofy! Yeah, probably thinking that we might not be the best level in order to tackle this. At least the time trial, because I know the time trial is like half an hour. I'm careful with the story of this game. Do you already finish it, or are you just doing side stuff now? We're technically at the final boss. But here's where all the side stuff and optional bosses come out, like, basically, we're at the point of, say in Final Fantasy VII where stuff like Ruby Weapon comes out. We haven't gone quite to the Ruby Weapon of this game, though. This is just, post-game stuff leading up to Ruby Weapon, essentially. And Emerald Weapon, for that matter. Yeah, the main gist of this game has just been where we've been on this quest going through all these Disney worlds trying to find our friends Riku and Kairi. Kairi is basically safe at this moment, but Riku is still lost to us. We need to go to the very depths of darkness in Portland in order to go find him. This music. Oh yeah, for defeating Cerberus, we finally get Fandaga. Riku being an edgy boy. I think he's technically done being an edgy boy, but he's been held hostage and his body's been taken by the main big bad who's been experimenting on the Heartless. And is basically the reason why they've all been running amok. Probably hasn't helped that I've been calling him Bob Iger this whole time, but he is basically the puppet master behind this whole thing. As far as we know. Yeah. We haven't gone to... Yes, it is Ansem. We haven't gone to the other guy yet. That's in the second game. Yeah, basically we now get a more powerful thunder with a wider range to it. Get down here. There you go. Oh boy, we get one of these where technically there's a set amount of these, or they just keep spawning in multiple waves. This is the first of them, which is just the easiest. It's just shadows, but there are ones with other Heartless that come up later on. Still not as terrifying as being confronted with like waves and waves of Giga Shadows, though. I don't think I actually showcase those off. They're just Heartless, which are just 3 times your size. And they just bomb rush you. It's kind of alarming, really. Oh, it's the Avengers! I'm not seeing Captain America here. Get out of here. We had to have a Marvel reference in here somewhere, I suppose. Oh, it's the Dark Knights. Except not really. Just with one thunder, I just delete half of the screen. Team of Avengers got instantly wiped out. What do you expect? It's not the real Avengers. You got them from Poundland. Who in turn got most of their stock from Temu. As that's where all the cheap stuff is being sent now. I feel, considering... it feels weird. Even with my massive MP, I kind of feel I have to be frugal with the amount of MP I use, given how long this gauntlet actually is. Thinking for most of the later times to do this, I'm just gonna pack elixirs. Avengers. Sense of right, including Batman, Shrek, and Lightning McQueen for some reason. Because I guess they just had an excess of Shrek merchandise. I guess just the molds for the Shrek action figures that aren't all that good. Oh hey, the wyverns actually survived my thunder. Thank you, Donald. Jeez, already we're running on fumes. kind of feel I want to save a lot of my MP now just for heals. Well, you know, I could just fire off one. I can fire off one. Ether. That's probably going to be a mistake, but, where is this guy? There he is. Thank you, Fate. Oh boy, 20 of seed, we get the fanboy crossover. I think, given how this fight goes, though, I think you want to target Cloud first, considering he's the more aggressive one, just zipping and zooming all over the place. It would be a lot nicer if I had access to more ready available Arzes, but I'll make do. It's just an absolute cluster at the moment. Yeah, how's it feel now I have actual combat abilities clued? Not so scary now, are you, with your bandaged sword? Why is it even bandaged in the first place? You should take better care of it. You know, get some oil on it. You don't scare me! Still, at the very least, I'm getting just a whole bunch of MP back just wailing on these guys. Don't mind me, just spamming arrow. Look at that. Alright, now it's your turn, Squall. It's kind of weird. This during the Pegasus Cup, it used to be so scary, but now I can just cleave right through him. Look, he's not even fighting back anymore. See? He's not so scary now that I have a gap closer. Hey, Ramon. Use leads to wear, tear, and rust. Exactly. You gotta take care of your weapons. You know, it's not just a big sheet of metal you can just throw at the enemy and expect to work all the time. You need to take... It needs TLC. Even my, this giant key I'm wearing around also probably needs tender loving care. And for that, we get the Keyblade I'm going to be using for the final fight. For no discernible reason. Look at that. Oh yeah, and we also get access to the scary arena now. Look, it's all got trees on it. Dead trees. Lord. Well, of course, we're getting into the danger zone now. Of course, we're going to get the heavy hitters. You threw off my aim, damn you. Well, that's my last ether. Suppose from here on out I'm going to have to make them count. That's not a good sign. Well, at least with Hurricane Period I can just do this. You know, I really gotta appreciate what Final Mix has done for this game, because obviously a lot of this stuff like Combo Master, Hurricane Period, Ripple Drive, basically a lot of all these abilities I've been praising throughout the playthrough, they weren't in the base game. I think Counterattack was, but I think that that's basically it. They were mostly just going around spamming Vortex, which is just the other gap closer in this game, which is slow and not all that strong. I think it technically has a hidden +2 strength to it, but it's just so slow to really make use of it. It doesn't really cover that much distance. Which is why they put in sliding dash. Oh, here we go with the second of these multiple wave ones. Now we get dark balls. I can quickly dispatch them with thunder. Oh, look at that. Even more MP. Now I'm even more powerful. Don't get too excited, boys! Those were the easy ones! Still have no idea what I'm gonna do for my Eggman voice. I really feel as though I need to practice doing an OVA Eggman. Don't get too excited, boys! Those were the easy ones!
Nothing to it.
That didn't feel good to me. Oh, it actually is some Robot Carnival as well. I just noticed. It's perfect for this whole thing. And now we get arguably the most annoying enemy for this particular run through, aside from the wizards, the Invisibles, because of course they can just disappear from the fight entirely for long extended periods of time. More so than the wizards. That's a mix of hammer without Pollard's gruff. Yeah, that didn't feel all that great to me. The only thing left to be done is to capture the assisted light data from your counterparts. I don't think I can do it.
This should help.
Oh, just freehold defenders. That would have scared me early on in the game, but I've been grinding you non-stop in order to get bright crystals. For some reason, when it came to grinding out all the cosmic arts I got for Sora, bright crystals were the hardest to get, just from sheer drop rate alone. Alright, here we are, coming up to the, I thought that would work. I thought that I would finally be able to delete Invisibles, but I guess not. Seriously, that whole circle flame thing they do is really just like Shadow Flare that Sephiroth uses in Smash Ultimate. Because you really gotta learn how to predict that if you're gonna succeed. It's literally the exact same thing. Bam!
Yo, hey, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, got a minute? Hey, Lord of the Dead, nice to see you. Hey, guess what? I got a place.
But you look nothing like him at Silk. That's a Shadowbringer spoiler. I think his main thing here is that you have to wait for his whole thing to... Oh, look at that! He has a health bar that goes beyond the purple. Beyond the established health limits. Yeah, this is the main thing. He just goes into the middle occasionally and just spins around. I forget whether or not Blizzard actually does extra damage to him. There we go. There's his health starting to go down now. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, even with the arrow, that's doing a surprising amount. Thanks, Goofy. I don't think this is the most fitting time to have all this music up. It's like he's programmed to go to the middle of the stage, but he doesn't really. I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their deep slumber. I'm not sure if this is actually working, but... Oh, I think I just made him madder. Poor Donald and Goofy, they're just stuck in the middle, like, right there. You don't scare me! Yeah, his whole main gimmick is he gets a lot more aggressive while he's, on fire. Thanks, Donald. Thanks, Goofy. See, it's like when you actually set them up right, they actually, can put in some good work. Great support buddies. Also, yeah, Arrow can... I forgot that Arrow could just pelt back his fireballs like that. It's great. Well, I feel this music is kind of fitting for Hades, actually. Just spooky. Maybe I should have prepped up the Shadowbringers tune for this. Look at this, he's already on his last health bar. Ow. Pretty cool, Bunny. Thanks, Ramon. Much appreciated. Here, get over here, you. The final blow! And then we just fling him back. And look at that, all the story entries in Jiminy's journal. We did it. Oh no! Attain the power of the stars. For defeating Hades, we get Graviga. And Anson's Report 8. We must be getting close to the amount of Anson's reports we have left over, right? But regardless, final stretch. I think I can just delete this with a thunder, actually. Well, most of it. Oh, you cheeky little... This is what I don't like about the late game Heartless. Oh, look at this, it's all magic. This is gonna suck. Okay, maybe not too much. Ironically enough, I didn't exactly time this, so I have no idea as to whether or not this has taken more than half an hour. Feels to me like we've been at this for 1,000 years, or maybe just 1,000 seconds, but... I think for the later challenges, there's something I'm gonna want to pick up from the Moogle store in preparation. You little! You little! Oh. Well, that's not a good sign. I could have sworn for one of these you got, 2 stealth sneaks to worry about. Well, that's not good. Sorry, I was trying to hit the invisibles at the same time. There goes all my MP. Still, you can burn through them quite... You can burn through them quite fast, can't you? Also, do I have to get rid of the other enemies around you before you fall over? Alright, I guess not. They're just being quite petty. Oh, we get free mushrooms. I think this is relating to something... No, I've had enough. I've had enough of you. I've already done your stupid quests. Get out of here. Yeah, those are usually not a good sign. They're usually... the mushrooms are usually before a particularly tough fight. Here we get another one of these multiple wave ones. This one is Shadows and Dark Balls. Feeling daring today, I see. I suppose while we're here, going into Sonic Battle, there are a couple of, I suppose, quote-unquote jokes that I've been thinking of. Like, I'm wondering whether or not I should save them when we actually play Battle, though. Considering this is progressively getting more and more Sonic-like. Oh, here we go. We actually get the twin of the twin Mirages, the twin Stealth Sneaks. I knew that there was one of these fights in here. I mean, it doesn't exactly matter because I'm blitzing through them without much issue. Look at that. It's like already, they're basically at 0 health. What was that? I have no idea what that was. I just spun around real quick. I became this guy's moon. Well, that's kind of freaky how their eyes just rotate like that. Alright, next. Ah. Now I get the Hollow Bastion group on hand. Except now it's just it's an undetermined number of them. This is just the regular Hollow Bastion experience for me. We'll be fine. I will admit, though, if I am going to be doing this solo, which, considering the time we have, is a possibility. I feel I'm definitely going to miss Donald and Goofy. They've been quite the assets, especially during the Hades fight. Feels like they actually pulled their weight a little bit there. Again, with the least fitting music imaginable. Then again, it is technically December when I'm streaming this, so I'm not sure I've actually mentioned on stream just my thoughts on Christmas. They're usually always positive, though. Granted, draining radiators and repressurizing wasn't exactly my what I had in mind. I feel it's still going to be quite nice. It's probably not going to top the Christmas I had last year where I went to visit my sister. Oh, here we are, the penultimates of the battalions. The end of the world is like... The second to last was the Hollow Bastion battalion. Here we get the end of the world battalion with nothing but Angel Stars, Dark Balls, Invisibles, all your favorites from Linked Worlds. It's like you thought that fight was so good last time you did it. Here it is again. Okay, so these ones the Invisibles require 2 Thunders in order to take down. I'll keep that in mind. And there you get to see counterattack in action, just batting this poor Angel Star repeatedly. Thanks, Goofy. Yeah, I just want to be safe. You could hardly tell I wasn't even looking at the screen there. Crimbus, yeah. Good old Crimbus. Me, personally, I've always been more of a fan of Christmas, my favorite holiday of the year. I think less so because of the presents and more just sort of the atmosphere, you know, the lights, the merriment, the food. You know, the gifts are certainly part of it, but I feel as time has gone on, definitely less of an element to it, mostly because it's hard thinking up of present ideas nowadays, because usually the stuff I want is quite expensive and I can just buy it myself. No, I'm just gonna take the time to do this. Oh, there was another one. Right. Just absolutely melts. They just absolutely melt now. I don't know, I'm getting all these tech points. All just accidentally now. I should probably put a tech plus on when I finally get to, what comes next. Bap, 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 bap. There we go. And there we go. It's just the final boss. It's just us in this giant arena. And he even gets a special intro, but I think for this I have something special I want to put on. You know I had to do it. You know, it's a giant enemy, how could I not? Let's go! Ow. Yeah, this is technically a super boss, I think. It's the easiest one, but that doesn't change things. He fell over. You just jump up here and just hit him in the head a little bit more. See, it's totally a Titan fight. He's even called a Titan. I just wanted to get some space so I could heal. Okay, he finally had enough of me welling on his head. Look at all these tech points I'm getting as well. Thanks, Goofy. Yeah, you just hit him in the foot to trip him over, and then you just climb up here and hit him in the head. That's the extent of the fight. You're welcome. Let's go! You don't scare me anymore! You never did! I wonder how long I can actually stay up here. Can I beat him before the song ends? That's what I want to know. Look at that. We already got most of his... Oh. Oh no. Obviously this wouldn't be possible without the wonders of MP Rage. Look at that. Even now Goofy's getting a lot of MP back. And look at how much Donald has still. Come on! We're nearly there! Oh yeah. A Red Rock Titan immediately fought Bow Down over Dweller. Yeah, I suppose it is fitting because this is... You could technically consider this Titan from Final Fantasy. And now he's just rubble. Yeah!
We're the champs.
Now look at him. Oh, that's cute. Bald, bald, bald. And for that, we get the final Trinity and the last limit. Trinity limit. Alright, let's switch the song off. I thought you were gonna go on for the fight was gonna go on for a little bit longer. Okay, let's see what we got for our troubles. Trinity limit, which is only really only one thing. I would have expected it to be a little bit more. But yeah, this is basically a screen nuke. For lack of a better word. Right, I think... Yeah, I think now's a good time. As for whether or not I'm gonna actually be making feel bad when you fight Roxas, depends on which fight with Roxas. The normal fight or the data fight. I'm not even sure I'm gonna be doing a lot of this stuff in Cage 2 because I don't think I really did a lot of it. You could probably hear the rest of the music actually over that, though. I wouldn't be a stunt stream if it wasn't scuffed. Alright, time to go visit the Moogles. Whee! It's kind of a shame you can't just mute the whole of the music, though. Okay. BGM, we'll bring that up to an 8. We'll bring that up to an 8. Fine, 7, have it your way. Let's go visit the Moogles, see what I can get from them. Oh, to return to those halcyon days. Ah, if only. Alright. Welcome, Kupo. We see that you have brought more blood sacrifices, Kupo. This appeases us. Yeah, this is a lot of the stuff you could get from the Moogles, for all the troubles you got. Obviously, you got some decent stuff here with regards to more advanced items like your cottages, which, honestly, I'm surprised they use such common materials for cottages. Back when I didn't think that Moogles were... Yeah. I'm not entirely certain they are in the other Final Fantasy games, mostly just their presence in 14. Obviously, we got a whole bunch of different equipments here. EXP earring, gonna be making good use of that. Guard earring, I think I still have that on Goofy, actually. Angel, Golem, Chain, Rune Armor, like Moogle Mangle. You can get AP ups here, but you need the Mithril for that, which means going off and getting more Mithril Stones, Mystery Goos. You need a lot just to make a Mithril. And by extension, an AP up. I'm not sure that's worth it, but... yeah, you get more stuff, defensive shards, hearts guards, free sword, Atlas armlet, which I think in the base game was your best chance of getting max MP. And other FF games like, oh, Moogle's cute. Yeah. Crystal Crown, which I think is technically the best overall equivalent item in the game. It doesn't give you as much MP, but it gives you bonuses to strength, defense, and more AP, I believe. So I think if you're just going for an overall best thing without really... basically, if you're going for more of a generalist build and not a full-on magic build like I am, Crystal Crown is probably your best bet. Mega Elixirs, which means you have to go off and fight a whole bunch of invisibles. That sounds like fun. Oh, I could probably get another power-up if I wanted. Cosmic Arts. Bright gems you get from the Search Ghosts, I believe. Bright Shard from the Green Requiems. Bright Crystals from the Defenders. Mithril Stone from Pot Scorpion. And now we're getting into more advanced stuff, where you really need to go out of your way in order to find a lot of the items you need from the Special Heartless. Energy Stone is from the Stealth Soldiers, Dazzling Stone from the Jet Balloon that you can find in Neverland on the deck of the pirate ship. Stormy Stone, I kind of want to show that off actually, that particular fight, because I feel it's kind of appropriate for a little bit later. Ribbon, obviously, wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game without the ribbon. And the last 3 items, these are all weapons that you can get for all 3 of your characters. Fantasista and 7 Elements are Final Mix exclusive. All of these require you to go out your way to find particular items from all of the specialized Heartless. Dazzling... well, I think Dazzling Stone is from the Jet Balloon, actually. Fury Stone is from the Giga Shadows. Power Stone is from the Sniper Wilds in Traverse Town. Blazing Stone is from an enemy which I thought was called the Experiment. It's actually the Chimera, back where the ruins of Ugi's Manor are. Frost Stone is the Grand Ghost and Monstro. Lightning Stone is the black... that one particular Heartless, which was a shell game in Deep Jungle. Stormy Stone of Blood. I can't help but feel that my perception of this whole Kingdom Hearts series is gonna be warped by 14, but regardless, we're gonna get all the stuff here. Phantom Sister for Donald, 7 Elements for Goofy, and finally, Ultimate Weapon. I figured out where you actually get Serenity Powers as well. You get them from the big pink mushrooms. And there we go. That's all the items synthesized. Let's at the very least equip Donald and Goofy, and I think technically for overall stuff, Meteor Strike is technically Donald's best, aside from I think the rewards you get from doing Hades Coliseum, Sora Alone in Time Travel. You get the quote-unquote ultimate weapons for Donald and Goofy as well. Save the King and Save the Queen. We'll see how I feel about going up against those, but for now, Phantom Sister. I want to go maximum MP for these guys, which I could have gone out of my way to get a whole bunch more Cosmic Guards for them, but I don't think that's strictly necessary. Yeah, as you can tell, this isn't exactly Goofy's most powerful shield. It's solely focused on magic. Because I want throwing out as many of those MP gifts as humanly possible. I think I want to keep Trinity Limit off for the time being. It is effectively a screen node, meaning it's good for level grinding, as far as I remember. We'll throw in another treasure magnet. Oh, and look at all this MP that Goofy suddenly has, which he doesn't even need. I suppose let's have a look at what else I can give him. Do we have anything else that... Ooh. Magic armlets, rune armlets. Ribbon, ray of light. I kind of want to get something that boosts his magic and defense. I think the rune armlet's probably best. There we go, just... Look at that! You never would have thought you'd see Goofy with such a long MP bar as well, but there you go. Oh goody, more math. I don't think I strictly remember that, or maybe it's just formatted battle because of text chat. Anyways, there was one particular thing I wanted to pick up as well from Merlin. Your reward for getting all of the arts from all the mushrooms. Go into Le Magician's study. Let's see what we get. We're going out of your way to do that. You get from Merlin, you're becoming a real sorcerer. Here's something for your effort. You get the Dream Shield, which is the exact same shield you used at the start of the game. Unfortunately, you can get the Dream Rod for Donald as well. There it is. It is definitely the most fitting for Goofy, I feel, considering, you know, Disney, but I'm gonna keep on 7 elements. And, I suppose we may as well check out Ultimate Weapon. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It has the highest damage, technically, and a good amount of MP to it, and possesses maximum power and attributes, meaning it can also parry everything. Disney approved normally for $399.99. They would do that. Yeah, I've heard people technically say this is based on the Dream Sword, but I guess aside from the fact that the blade itself is technically a sword, I don't really see it. Anyways, I think after that... Olympus yeah, let's warp back there. Let's see what I want to do next. Do I want to do more Hades Cup, or do I want to do a boss? I'm thinking more Hades Cup, given the time. We'll just do Sora alone, just to see how that goes, and Oh yeah, for our troubles, we can get more stuff throughout the Hades Cup here. Here's a little reward you get from Hades himself for beating his cup. Just another orichalcum. Plus, now we have Blizzaga. I want to equip that, actually. I think it will probably be better mileage than Fandaga, considering it costs less MP. We can actually put out these braziers now. Let's see what happens when we do that. Could have sworn I got that one. Yeah, as you can see, it may not have the same overall coverage as Thunder, but I think for our purposes through the Hades Cup, I think it should do us just fine. Guess you gotta get real up and close and personal to it, but for that, we get the Shiva Belt to go along with Ifrit and Ramu. I don't think you get a Garuda Belt, unfortunately. And a Holy G for your gummy ship, of course. Let's have a look what that Shiva Belt does. Shiva Belt reduces ice damage and raises your maximum MP. I think this is also tied with, again, Atlas Armlet, so what do I want to put it on? Crystal Crown, that would probably be better suited to Goofy, honestly, considering... Oh. Well, I guess that's a no-go. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, let's go again. Equipment, oh yeah. Probably should stock up on elixirs. Okay, we got a fair few elixirs. Gonna have to space them out, though. Alright, save them up. Wow, 30 hours, most of that off-screen. Alright, I'm ready again. And we get another particular question mark as well for beating the Hades Cup. We might do that a little bit later, but for now, we gotta enter... Actually, let me just check. Okay. I was gonna say, can we equip Ragnarok? And the answer is no. I think technically you do get the option to stop after every 10 in case you want to take a break, but I don't. Just instantly deleting most of them. Look at that, just deleted an entire shadow in one hit. That's the power of the Ultima weapon. There is technically another Keyblade you can get though, which I do want to use for a lot of the rest of the boss fights coming up, but... Oh yeah, I didn't show off Lionheart, did I? I'll have to remember to do that once we get out of here. If we get out of here. Terrible feat. Look at that, just instantly deleted. I think, technically speaking, we do get more... the same amount of MP I did with Lady Luck, so we should be... pretty much set, I believe. Plus with elixirs, we basically just get a whole bunch more MP to mess around with. Look at that! Look at that! Just completely erased. I think we should be fine. You know, until we get to the first modicum of struggle, which is against probably Yuffie. It's wild, actually. I don't think I've seen it take more than once. Oh yeah, I can't go into the options menu here, so I guess we're just stuck on the original Hades Coliseum experience. Have fun hearing this particular soundtrack over and over again. I don't think this should take too long, though, considering Ultima Weapon. Look at this. That's just straight up bullying. Kinda feel bad for her now. I mean, I was just mad at her for stealing all my materials. Perhaps I've been treating her a little too harshly. Look at that, I'm even catching enemies in the crossfire now. They weren't exactly kidding when they said this was the strongest Keyblade in the game. There is one that might technically match it though, because from what I am aware of, there is technically a... I don't want to say damage limit, there is a... I suppose a threshold of how much damage... of how far your strength can take you. Obviously, Ultimate Weapon can boost you right up to that threshold, which I think is like Strength 61, but if you do manage to somehow reach that threshold, I think there is technically one more Keyblade which might do you better. I think. Obviously in the base game, this is just the Ultimate Keyblade straight up. Oh hey, hopefully you've been having a good day. We're just blitzing through the Hades Cup again. Let's see how this new Keyblade fares against Behemoth. This fight took forever last time. I think this also does good in terms of critical hits. It said maximum attributes, so I'm led to assume it has the same chances of critting as some of the stronger Keyblades. I mean, obviously it can basically parry pretty much anything, so it's gonna be fun playing around with that. Honestly, I don't think there's any reason for you to go back and play the other cups after this, because I wouldn't even say it's fair. I mean, obviously, if you haven't done the other challenges, just Sora and the time trial, there might be something in that for you. Just completely knock them out real quick. Good luck against the hardest boss in the game. I think we might be saving that for next week, unfortunately. We may be going for one of the hardest bosses in the game, but I don't think the hardest, because that's a completely different ballgame from what I recall. Look at that. I think we're just blitzing through the time trial as well. I think I might just keep Ultimate Weapon on for the time being. Oh boy, just a whole bunch of Ragnarok turns. Bye-bye. Straight up deleted from the video game.
Nothing to it.
It went right back to the dev room and just like, what the hell, man? That wasn't even fair. I just spawned in for 1 complete second and then I just died. Please nerf. I think that... I don't remember exactly how they treated Blizzard in KH2 compared to this game. I know it's not technically the shotgun it is here. I think it's more just sort of your go-to projectile spell, considering they changed up how fire works. I know it's definitely good against enemies which are weak, surprise, surprise, weak against ice. Look at that! Oh my god, God Armor just completely deleted immediately. I've become a monster.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
To think I had so much trouble on that first boss, and now it's just completely reduced to atoms. Yeah, I have something special planned for you. Have a Graviga. Become Pancake.
Nothing to it.
Yeah, feeling a lot more confident about that time trial now. Also, I can't help but feel that the design of this sword is kind of reminiscent of a particular sword used by a certain first-class soldier. You know, if you get rid of all the trinkets on it and just bring it down to the base sword. I was just thinking in terms of that handguard. What I'm getting at is I'm pretty sure I've seen Zack use that before. If at the very least in a Kingdom Hearts game. I won't specify which one, because, you know, it'd be nice to have a little bit of intrigue, even if it doesn't ultimately matter at the end of the day. It's gonna be interesting to see how much mileage I actually get out of these elixirs, because... Finally, you took your time. We're already sitting on a fairly comfortable MP level. I know as we go on it's probably going to get a little bit more tricky. Look at that, aerial sweep just deleting absolutely everything. Now we start getting some more of the annoying fights. Alright, where do you... He immediately just disappears as I sliding dash into him. How's that fair? Not so tough without your distance now, are ya? It's ironic as well, because throughout most of this fight I've just been going for straight attacks. It's like, even though I chose the staff at the beginning, it doesn't ultimately matter too much. I mean, I say that, the extra MP is always nice. It just generally feels that there's no reason not to pick anything but the staff at the beginning. Considering you can just augment your other stats without much issue. I suppose there is a sort of a use case of your speedrunning though, just so you can get a lot more combat abilities early with the sword. Because that's one of the big things, is that, whatever weapon you choose at the beginning determines what abilities you get first. Like, for instance, obviously I've been getting a lot more magic-oriented abilities throughout my play because I picked the staff. If I'd picked the sword, I would have probably gotten stuff like Combat Master and Sliding Dash a lot earlier. But then again, I wouldn't have had the extra MP, and, yeah, basically the way I see it, those people who pick the staff really sort of flourish in the end game, whereas shield users tend to fare much better in the mid game, and sword players tend to have it easiest at the start of the game. It's kind of ironic, sort of a, it's like that classic dichotomy between fighter and mage, where fighter starts off really good, but as the game goes on, the mages start to get a lot stronger as they get access to more spells.
Nothing to it.
At least that's the way I see it. And the way I've been told about all the various Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons antics. I feel I haven't really been keeping up to speed with my Pathfinder tales of late, considering how much time I dedicate to just writing them up in emails at 1 in the morning.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
I think I'm gonna need to get some more water soon, though. Anyways, this particular this last session was particularly unhinged. Oh, I'm actually out of MP. This presents a problem. I think I can afford to use an elixir here. That's one. I don't even need to use any of the MP for it, because... oh, look at that, more AP. I'm probably going to save when I get more abilities, though, considering I feel as though I'm in a fairly healthy spot. Anyways, going off of what happened last week where we almost all died to a mage due to, basically the Batman issue where we gave the mage enough time to prep and she promptly very nearly bushwhacked the lot of us. Me, a ranger, a fighter, and our rogue. Ranger and the rogue almost died there, and I suppose just to clarify, we do technically run by a house rule in Pathfinder where if your health goes to minus your con score, say for example if you have a constitution of 15 and you go to minus 15 hit points, then you're dead. Otherwise you're mostly just unconscious and bleeding out.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
By that logic, our rogue has almost died 2 weeks in a row. First, of course, was against the mage getting constantly bushwhacked by shocking grasps and dragon's breaths, because of course she had time to prep for that. And the second time was with this, basically going off of last week, where we came across this portcullis trap, and we're spending ages and ages trying to get past it, to the point where, in the far room, we accidentally alerted the final boss as we found a secret passageway to basically circumvent the entire dungeon, accidentally, in a bookcase. So we basically found the big bad of that particular dungeon. And she'd sent this mercenary with a big tower shield to come out and basically tell us to leave. And surprisingly enough, he was doing a pretty good job of it, because he had a tower shield and a wild and crazy armor class, which none of us could properly hit. So we were just there trying to roll for assists to help each other out, but still not having much luck. Can you go down, please, sir? Thank you. And I got to the point where it's just like, alright, I've had enough, and just backed off into this corridor he'd come out of, and just walled it off with his tower shield so none of us could get through. I mean, ironically, our wizard, who's more just sort of the skill monkey, not exactly combat-oriented, immediately just managed to leap over the shield to help our rogue. Meanwhile, I tried to do the same as my mages. My funny Australian mouth just face planted straight into the shield. All the meanwhile, the rogue was put face to face due to his scouting antics with the big bad, who was an anti-paladin, whose first strategy was to just use command spells to just try and get him on side. Somehow he managed to pass his will save to not be controlled by her command to basically kill one of our party members. And instead of using that as a chance to get out and regroup with the party, he used that to try and get a quick shot on her with a sneak attack. He missed both times and promptly got almost one shot by a particularly nasty vital strike from a giant greatsword. Basically just a super powerful attack from a sword the size of clouds here. Also, let's see how quickly I can melt you now with ours. Look at this, look at this, look at this! Come on, let me hit you again! And just like that, I'm almost out of MP again. Just immediately cleaving through Cloud. Alright, it's just you and me, Squall. You've already given me your Keyblade, all that's left is your life. Well, you know, you can just give me a Gunblade and I can use that instead. I feel at this point I'm at the point where I'm just sort of getting careless now. Not even bothering with arrow, just going in and just mashing the A button. As I've gotten strong enough to do that now. I could have sworn you could parry that. How does it feel being backed into the corner, Squall? I'd hate to be Renoa Knight right now seeing this. Ah.
Nothing to it.
So whereas with the mage, he only survived because I made a split-second decision to just pour a healing potion down his throat, all the while getting peppered with magic missiles. NPC cleric basically just swan-dived past the, I think that was after we finally dealt with the mercenary with the tower shield. She basically swan-dived to get in range to use one of her channel positive energies to heal him back to not dying. Basically falling over in the process. It was wild. And all the meanwhile trying to get past the mercenary, she'd also cast Airwalk on our fighter, basically to circumvent his tower shield. So use that to try and get in with the anti-paladin and her two pet dogs, who, as far as I'm aware, were like super hellhounds. I think we'll call like Yef hounds, spelled with an E and not an I. Yeah. Just need to take another swig. It already feels like we're just in the latter half of the things already, and I've barely had to use any elixirs. That's the power of Ultimate Weapon, I guess. So where was I? Oh yeah, a fighter basically went in trying to use the height advantage against the anti-paladin, also gets basically one shot. At least I think. I was sort of losing track of the game at that point. Basically, he got a... Anti-Paladin got a good hit on Fighter. He went down basically immediately, almost died as well, just like our rogue did, whilst stuck like 30 feet in the air. So that was kind of awkward. I mean, obviously, somehow nobody died. At least none of our player characters did. Which I think is more just sort of a miracle to our NPC cleric and skill monkey wizard slash cleric, both being played by the same person, by the way. I really do think after that we kind of need to reassess our stratagems a little bit to avoid that happening again. Because, this one dungeon has just been whooping us in its entirety. Look at that. Also, yeah, with max power you can just bounce your weapon off their bellies like that. It's funny. So, fighter almost went down. Finally, we managed to pipe. It's like, I suppose I should explain the layout of the room we were in. Basically, starting off, we're all just in this one fairly spacious room, just all grouped up. But the mercenary had basically come out of a 5-foot-long corridor, basically creating this massive bottleneck. I mean, for most of the fight, I was basically stuck in the back, not able to do much aside from just try to fire off a few dinky little frost rays, doing like 1d3 damage. Not really getting anywhere, but not really being able to hit past everyone else, considering I'm more technically frontline fighter, even though I do like minimal damage with my rapier. On account of me just being a dinky little rat. I do eventually manage to get in, and we do eventually put the anti-paladin down, which dispels her Yef hounds. I'm not even sure I should be saying that, actually, but regardless. Oh yeah, I forgot they could also fire off those energy balls. I mean, it doesn't really matter, they're dead anyways. Look at that. Take that. Sora's favorite band, apparently. Oh, already we're up to Emmett again. Alright. Let's see what you got. I'm basically at max MP, so, let's watch your health bars disappear. Look how fast that's going down. Oh. I think I'm gonna need to burn through a couple of elixirs to get past this, though. Okay, we have 4 left. Get over here, you. I think using Blizzard only makes it matter. Can I try that again, Hades? Thought so. Oh yeah, and I guess to cap off the evening, my character is now a mouse with a rat with an Australian accent, wielding a sword that has a French accent. I didn't specify that to the DM, just it manifested in a way that took me completely off guard. And basically derailed the rest of the evening.
Hey, having fun yet?
Definitely looking forward to further antics with that, by the way, because not all our players were present then, so definitely looking forward to their reactions. I haven't mentioned that at all to them, so it's just going to come off as a complete surprise to the fact that we now have a French-talking sword in the party. To think Hades was such a challenge previously, now he's just reduced to atoms.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do fine with the time trial. I think for the time trial I'm gonna have to put the music back off again, just at least with this we've seen all the normal music cues. It's usually just the same track, unfortunately, aside from a couple of instances like I don't think Cerberus, just Hades and Rock Titan. I just love how much damage Ripple Drive does still. Oh, finally, we learned Slapshot. That is another pretty powerful melee option. It comes out pretty fast, and it has a high... pretty sure it has a high crit rate or crit damage. Basically, it has a lot of stuff to do with crits. So definitely looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Thinking maybe I should use an elixir soon, because, yeah, that was pretty careless of me. I say that, but I'm just completely just compared to how we struggled with all these enemies previously. Now they're just being atomized. I know that my various antics trying to gather items off stream also meant I got a lot more levels, but still. Alright. Get out of here. Tired of looking at ya.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
I think I've already gone through as much as I wanted to say with this, just... I don't know, just doing Hades Cup at a late night, you know, nice warm drink, nice warm room. Back on the PS2, this felt like such a mood to me, honestly. It was one of those gaming moments which just felt as opposed to the most chill, weirdly enough. It's sort of one of those moments in game where I just sat back and like, yeah, I feel I have it pretty good. Not sure if that's exactly the best real way to put it, but that's how I felt at the very least. Let's see how quickly I can disintegrate with an Ars. Honestly, I feel I'm just better off just using normal ultimate weapon attacks against you. I can just parry everything you do it to me now. You used to be so scary back in Deep Jungle, now you're just more sort of annoying than anything with your little laser beams. Obviously there's still enemies which can pose a notable threat to me at this point, but they are definitely not in the Hades Cup, to say the least. That reminds me, I'm probably gonna have to look and see if Donald and Goofy have some more abilities I can give them as well. Yep, already at the last two, I think. Just this Hollow Bastion troop, then the End of the World troop, and then it's just Rock Titan again. I think with that, I'm probably just going to go right back in for the time trial, because it feels as though, with Ultimate Weapon at the very least, we have a good shot of just clearing the whole house. You know, as long as the wizards cooperate. There we go. I'm not sure with the increase in AP I got, I'm gonna have a chance to equip Ragnarok for the time trial, but we'll see. You know what? Wow, that actually hit. Rude. I wanted to use a thunder on you. Wow. Immediately just being able to two-shot wizards. It's like, this is the Kingdom Hearts I remember now.
This should help. Oh yeah.
Didn't even get to heal there. Aw. Alright. Penultimate one. I haven't even had to use all my elixirs. Hopefully we get to keep it that way, because those things don't come cheap. I'm not sure whether you could actually buy elixirs in the base game, though. At least I don't remember whether you can. I'd probably remember. Eat ice. Not today! Aw, dang it. Well, at the very least, I still get to melt them with arrow, because apparently Aroga also does damage. I think technically the damage comes from when you get Aurora. Aurora. And Aroga is mostly just the greater deflection on basically everything. Honestly, I think for this point in the game, the time trial for the Hades Cup might actually be the easiest, because it is half an hour. I'm already basically at the final boss now, so I'm thinking we go through this one more time for the time trial, and then we'll do one final fight, which I feel is sort of the capstone to the Hades Cup. Let's go in. You know, I want to use the next R's on your head. Let me get up there. Let me get up there. Let me get up there. Look at that. Look at that. And even with Aurora as well. Just... I kind of feel bad for this guy. He's just sort of sat there like, no, please don't hit me, please. I'm just a little rock boy. Come on, can I... No, I couldn't stay up there. Alright. I'll just destroy your foot again. Alright, let me get back up there. I don't even need to use my last elixirs. Come on, let me finish this off with a rip. There we go. Did less than I was expecting, but still, he's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Nothing to it.
And for that, we get Save the Queen. Technically Donald's most powerful weapon. Though I think its stats are technically rivaling Meteor Strike. Let me just check. We get, yeah, it doesn't have as much attack as Meteor Strike, but it does also improve your MP. I'm still probably just going to keep Phantom Sister on, though, considering Donald's more supportive. Given that action... Nah, I think I'll keep, Donald set up the same. Anyways, abilities. What can we get? Slapshot is a definite. Oh, I had another tech boost on this whole time. That probably explains some things. Let's get Ragnarok on there. Why not? And look at this. Nice. Okay, items. Gonna take out more of these elixirs, though I think, given we also have Goofy with us with even more MP gifts, I'm sure we'll be just fine. 13. He's still got the least MP, but not by much. Alright. I think before this, though, I'm gonna turn the music down again. And we'll get the playlist back out. But first, I think I'm just gonna go for a quick bio break, so feel free to get up and maybe get yourselves a drink. I'll be back in a bit. Until then. And back again. I feel as though I needed that. Anyways. Let's, I think I got everything in order. Yeah, let's do this. Set time limits. As it starts up. Let's do it to it. Yeah, we have... Oh, it's 20 minutes. I forgot. No matter, I think we'll still be fine. This means I get more time to do the other fight that I was thinking of doing. Good job, Squirtle! Yeah, here's hoping that Donald definitely pulls his weight. Like, Donald, you got so much MP now. Surely you can contribute now to damage.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
At least that's my hopes. I imagine some of these boss fights are going to take a little bit. I mean, it didn't feel like it when I went through alone, but still.
Take that.
Yeah, I don't got time to waste on you. Get out of here. definitely don't want to be spending too much time on any of these sort of intermission fights as I can. Alright, get over here, Yuffie. It's time. Just try not to move too much. The pain will be over soon. There you go. Crazy thing is, I haven't actually had to get an MP gift yet from Goofy. We're bound to get a few. He hasn't needed to use any MP yet. I reckon for a particular fight that's gonna go quite smoothly, I think. There's one fight in particular I'm thinking of. We won't be doing it this part, but it's definitely a notable one. And honestly, I'd argue one of the cooler ones in the game. Bad Union. What, like SAG after? I shouldn't joke, but it's like I can't help but find it funny just as an observer, just all these working people in Hollywood all trying to work so hard to get some better rates, only for them to tend to get it, but the monkey's paw. Just curling a little bit more as... Oh yeah, here we get to see Slapshot in action. You know what? Let's do it. Thanks, Goofy. Oh yeah, we got to see Ragnarok now. It probably wasn't worth it, but it's cool nonetheless. Yeah, I don't think it's doing all that much damage compared to ours. There is one particular fight I feel it's pretty good in, though. I feel I should probably stop using it, though, because look at how much MP Goofy's already gone through. Used to abuse Jot. Yeah, somehow I'm not surprised, Hermie. I'm almost certain everybody else that played SA2 has. I mean, I suppose when you're starting out, but I was never really the sort of one who'd do it all too often, let's just put it that way. Ooh, another level up. Finally, we're level 70. Starting to get into big boy numbers. This is technically, I think, the level bracket where you're really getting into these sort of endgame bosses. I'm not sure how much I'd want to actually continue in terms of leveling, though, because obviously there's one particularly very important skill we get at level 90. Considering I picked the staff, but I'm not certain ever I want to go to max level because I don't think it's strictly necessary. Maybe for me because I'm bad at the game. Oh, more of this stuff. Alright, let's see how... Look at that. I just walked up to guard armor and he disintegrated. Oh, sorry, red armor. We did it! Let me target the mushroom. I still find that mind-blowing. I always used to struggle with those mushrooms as a kid. Accidentally jumped next to my chest, sent them into space. Yes, I used to do that as well. I mean, obviously nowadays I don't, but... I do get the sentiment. It's very easy to do. Intentional or no. Okay, let me slap you across the face. And I suppose, technically speaking, this, we won't be able to use much melee combos. What are you doing? I don't get what's going on with these guys. What's causing them to just spin around all chaotic-like. There we go. Did intentionally? I know you did, Termy. That's a funny thing as well. My big sister really was back into the chows back when she played video games. As I already mentioned, SA2 was technically our first, as far as I recall. Our first and our favorite for the longest time. It's people can say what they want about Adventure 2, but I feel just for the memories it still invokes in me and my family to a wider extent, it's more my favorite for personal reasons. Seen what's fixed? I'm sure you have. And I'm not sure whether or not I want you to elaborate or not. It's only been 5 minutes, technically. Those pauses in between fights must take forever. Alright, immediately. Already we're up to Cerberus with this very fitting music to accompany it. I think you can still technically hear the regular music underneath it as well. Alright. Yeah, that probably wasn't worth it. You know, I'm gonna do it again. And again. Help! Really gotta feel bad for this poor doggy. There we go. Think I'm making good time? Feels like it. So all the channels similar analysis. I have not. I've been more focused on this. Not sure whether or not I actually want to stream Atlas, to be honest. It's I'm definitely enjoying it. It just feels like more something that I feel is better with friends. You know, which usually isn't a good sign for me, but considering what Atlas is in comparison to, say, other games which I've said in the past are quote-unquote better with friends, I don't think that's it's as egregious. I notice I tend to lose track of my thoughts a fair bit. I'm thinking if I'm going to be using this soundtrack a fair bit more for certain games, I'm thinking maybe I should put some more soundtracks on it. I'm thinking at the very least Black Knight. I like the Black Knight. I like the Black Knight soundtrack. I like how we got the music for Ice Cap, which is very fitting for a particular scene in Kingdom Hearts 3, but not so much here. As I get mauled to death by my little midget demons. I think these might take the longest time, actually. At least you gotta keep a conversation wishing you can have as a stream with dead air. I feel there's dead air all the time, to be perfectly honest. Oh, it's the Avengers again. Goodbye. That one RPG theme. I would say you should probably be more specific, but I'm not sure I want you to be perfectly honest. Yeah, kind of a feel I'm also burning through MP like I'm burning through, sugar packets for my coffee. 'Cause I have been drinking a lot more coffee recently. Just figure, you know, with work and all, and my antics of staying late up at night, the caffeine would probably help. Which I mean it does. But I'm not entirely certain it's the most healthy thing. Sometimes so quiet for his throat. I think it's more so the case when my throat is drier than the Mojave. Okay, this music is a fair bit more fitting for this whole thing. My name is Shadow and I can't escape the digital circuits. There's a little bit of timing there with the music, I thought. With them just appearing. Yeah, this is more music from Shadow the Hedgehog. We get better, thankfully I've been doing it better since the storm, but oh. Oh yeah. Then again, I figure you're mostly just focused on the plot from what I recall. Which is fair, considering, 14 parts is arguably peak fiction. I know some people that might disagree with that. Oh, hey, Cloud. Time for round 3, I think, or is it 4? I lose track. Get over here, you. Time to recreate that scene with Sephiroth, except now you're Sephiroth. Ow. Rude. Cheers, Goofy. Yeah, I don't have time for this. Get him, fellas. The funny thing is, I haven't actually had to use that many elixirs this time around. Mostly thanks to Goofy. The best goober. It's Zack and Leon. Ah yes, the lovable duo from Final Fantasy 7.5. I think. See you later. Speaking of peak fiction. Yep, that's the last we're gonna see of him this whole game. We've basically deleted him from the video game along with Cloud. Let's say that I think Cloud gets one more scene. Again, added in Final Mix. Zack and Cody was my favorite KH duo. Yeah, it's like we're not even 10 minutes in, technically. And we're already at, like, the halfway point. If not a little further. Yeah, he does get one more scene. Again, Final Mix exclusive. You did... If you played this in the original game, that was the last you saw of Cloud. Which was the case for me until, the PS4 release. Because I didn't have a PS3. Get down here. Thankfully, I feel as though I have enough MP to allow me to coast through most of this. Okay, 16 more to go, I believe. And already we get in with the, with these antics again. There's more AP. Love to see it. Get back here. Yep. Even here, Blizzard still has bad tracking. I'm fairly certain Blizzard can home in on enemies in 2. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played 2. And even then, the spell I mostly spammed in that case was Magnet. Actually, not Magnet, Reflect. See, that's how much I remember of KH2. It's been a while. Yeah, I definitely want to take care of you first. Get over here. Goodbye. Whee! Can't stress how much fun sliding dash is in this game. It's just the distance it does cover, it's just the most satisfying thing in the world. To just see a guy and then just go whoosh. Oh yeah, I can parry defenders out of existence now. I say you, it's more me at this point. Most people playing this probably wouldn't have gone the ultimate weapon before doing Hades Cup. Let's be honest. Bing, bing, bong. Okay, but he's not... I don't think anybody's beaten Goku at this point. Oh hey, we're almost at Hades. And we're not even hit the 10-minute mark yet. Honestly, I'm thinking this along with this KH2 along with the Renaissance in general. Part of me still kind of considers that to be peak Disney. I know some people might disagree with a lot of stuff that Walt did before his passing, but I feel the Disney I remember is more so Eisner's Disney, to be perfectly honest. That and some more niche stuff like... I gotta feel bad for Hades here, just getting ping-ponged around the arena. Okay, he's finally had enough. Know what Puritans are? Yeah. At least I have a general idea. I suppose purists who are more sort of, you know, it's the Walt Disney Company. Your favorite should be something made by Walt Disney, which, fair. But most of what I remember of Disney is more so, the home video releases. And mostly just stuff from the 2000s, a lot of Pixar stuff. Even back then, to a lot of us, Pixar and Disney was sort of interchangeable. That depends. Are you? Like, even he... Yeah, still can't help but feel bad for Donald and Goofy there, just getting engulfed in flames. Away to the 13th of your Hades. Subject of controversial figures, James Woods. I mean, I mostly just know him from his performance as Hades. I'm guessing there's some controversy that he's been involved with otherwise, but then again, who hasn't? How many people were on P. Diddy's list, after all? The list that he checked twice, I guess? I mean, it's Christmas. I don't know the context for a lot of these things, I just go off what I hear. Always bothered me why how little he emotes while fighting. I mean, you could argue that's the case for a lot of characters in this. Not so much this game, but the whole series. Then again, he's just the most casual, casual mother lover in this, this whole game. Alright, this seems a little bit more fitting. Alright, come here, Invisibles. I'll make you eat those words. Look at that, he's already dead. That one Ragnarok just killed everything. You mind, sir? Thank you. Biggest controversy in the woods is he has opinions. Okay. Kind of funny that Hades isn't the final challenge considering it's the Hades Cup. Yeah, I also thought that was weird, but then again, considering who the final boss is, I suppose, going from that to Hades would be a little bit anticlimactic, maybe? Then again, the final boss of this is still pretty easy. As opposed to who we might be fighting next. I mean, I'd say that given the time, you know, I'll see how long it takes us to dust off the rest of these. Because if it takes, because I usually stop at, well, over here it's 10 PM. We'll see how long we go until then, otherwise I'll probably just call it a night and we'll go on to the super bosses next time! And the final boss, hopefully. If needs be, I'll just make the last stream a super long one. As there are, I believe, a fair few more super bosses compared to FF7. Let's see, super bosses, you had Emerald Weapon, you had Ultima Weapon, technically, Ruby Weapon. It's like here you had, in 7 you had technically 3. Here it's like you get significantly more. You got the 2 bonus matches here. You got the one at the clock tower, the one in the desert, and the extra bonus one. So it's like 5. Gonna say want to give him a casual first attempt? Oh, him. That was one I was definitely gonna save for next week, unfortunately, considering he's pretty infamous in this game. I was more so thinking of the other match. Technically only 2 super bosses in 7? Ah. I was just being generous in counting Ultima Weapon. Also kind of funny this looks nothing like Cloud's Ultima Weapon in 7. I guess it's more applicable to everyone, but then again, in Birth by Sleep, the Ultimate Weapons all look fairly similar. The main difference just being length. At least design-wise. You mind? I'm trying to wrap this up in an orderly fashion. In your own time, you're merely postponing the inevitable. Funnily enough, Ultima here looks closer to Atma in 6. Interesting. Alright, I think this is the penultimate one. Get over here. Barely managed to clip him on that one. Actually, let me just try Ragnarok. I meant to try Ragnarok, but this'll do. Oh, you can parry those as well. That's interesting. No harm in me just spamming blizzards at this point. Clock's still running. Alright, I think this is the last wave. Out of my way! Okay, I think that's all of them. Adna being a shortening mistranslation of Ultima. I figured. Alright, time to boot it up again. I had to. Under the weight! Here goes. Oh no. I would have thought this would be going by a little bit quicker, but oh well. Let me get up there. Let me get up there and give you multiple concussions. I am directly under your chin, sir. Yeah, okay. Not sure if this is the most fitting, actually, because of how easy this boss is, but I'll take it nonetheless. That took no time at all. And for that, we get Save the King, Goofy's ultimate weapon, technically. And with that, somehow I actually got all the shields. That's surprising. Alright, I think given the time... Oh, alright, well... There's one fight in particular that I do want to try out. Save up. Think Cage loves the smell of itself so much to the point where it gets lost in the yeah, definitely get this feel of that, especially with the later entries. Thanks, Nomura. Alright, just going to bring the background music up again, because I do want to keep it up for this next fight. Actually, before that... I'm not sure we're going to need Eroga for this one, surprisingly enough. I want Faraga, obviously. I may as well keep it on because, reasons. This game definitely has some good themes and points you can definitely poke it. Yeah. And 2, I think, is mostly just backed up by its gameplay. Anyways, I think this is the right match. Yep, it is. It's a big, wide open area, and... Oh look, it's another Titan from the hit movie Hercules that I never saw. Yeah, for the final fight that I wanted to do this stream, we're doing Ice Titan. Have fun. The main trick of this fight is basically, stay up on here because his Stomps do that, and he'll occasionally just swipe at you with a lot of ice projectiles that I cannot see because of the camera. Yeah, this is technically a super boss, so I have to remember to keep moving. I think first phase is simple enough. You just gotta dodge, then just reflect the spears back at him. You don't want to use arrow, though, because he just summons more powerful ice spikes. They actually thought of that for this fight. And then you just hit him like that. I think fire actually does some decent damage to him.
Heal.
Thankfully, this game, of course, Kiraga only costs 1 MP. As opposed to in later games where it just costs your entire MP bar. Oh, yeah, it just summons these ice balls on your head as well.
Heal.
That's fun. I think this is more sort of like a test of patience, if not, in all honesty. Just... Yes, I know to do that. This is a fight I definitely remember doing a lot as a kid. Alley-oop. Apologies for the lackluster gameplay, though. I feel I have to specify. Still, his health seems to be going down fairly quickly. Oh. You bamboozled me, Titan. It's kind of crazy how much tech points you get from just deflecting these. Ow. Keep forgetting about those ice boulders. There we go. Probably not a good idea to just go down to the ground and hit him, but yeah, from what I recall, ice does a fair bit of damage to him. Now he gets angry. Oh yeah, that technique. My favorite in the game. Where he just freezes an entire half of the arena, so you have to hope that you can dodge. Still, we seem to be doing fairly good so far. Whoa! It's kind of weird. I remember that doing a lot more damage. Damn it. I think I might have just become a little bit too powerful for the game now. I know all your tricks, game. I've become the feeder of Sneed. Oh no. Oh, that hits you multiple times. Okay. Alright, this ought to finish you off. Looks like you need to chill. Wow, that actually did it. Ice hurts the Ice Titan. It's more so you're just reflecting his projectiles back at him, because I don't think using Blizzard all uses all that much. Also, oh no, I'm melting. I thought this was a fun gag. He melts down and all of a sudden... He's teeny tiny. Arguably the most deadly weapon in the game, Sora's massive boots. And for that, we get the Final Mix exclusive Diamond Dust. I'll just go over this one real quick. This is the other Keyblade, which I'd say is contending as being the best. Let me just check stats real quick. Okay. We're not even at the threshold yet, and it's still just destroying everything. Equipment, Diamond Dust. It has basically the same stats as the base Kingdom Key, same strength, same range, I believe, but it gives you the most MP in the game, so I think technically this is the limit you can get, 19. Might be wrong, but yeah, that's about as big as it gets, I think. Like the Gallic gun being stronger than Vegeta's. Yeah, I suppose that's one way of putting it. I'm definitely going to want to be using this Keyblade a fair bit for some of the super bosses next time, but there is one Keyblade that I definitely want to end things on, and it's surprisingly not Ultimate Weapon. It's this. Lionheart. Raises MP by 1, which, honestly, compared to some of the other Keyblades you get at this point in the game, kind of, lacking in some areas. Has decent reach, has slightly more damage than Oathkeeper, but it doesn't have its crit rate. But I do want to go with it for obvious reasons. And this is the closest thing this game has to a Gunblade, technically, considering it is Squall's Keyblade. But for now, we'll just put Diamond Dust back on. So next time, we will be going off and fighting the rest of the super bosses, including Mr. Infamous. But until then, thank you for tuning in. Take care. Bye-bye.